country has the greatest sandwich? What is your favorite sandwich? And do you like sandwiches?
Sandwiches. We all love them. And the funny thing is that every country has their different takes on it. I went on Instagram and asked all of my followers, which country makes the best sandwiches? And what are they? The replies were quite interesting. And on today's video, we are ranking the best of the best. If you love sandwiches, this video is for you. And we're gonna start off with the United States of America.
I'm a woman, of course I love sandwiches.
There are wonderful sandwiches here in the country.
Was that a smash burger? Is that even considered a sandwich? I don't know what country does it, but they don't call chicken sandwiches. They call them chicken burgers. A burger is a sandwich? No, it's not. It's a burger.
Sandwiches here in the country. But out of all of them, the one everyone requested the most was the Philly cheesesteak. This is a classic created by a hot dog.
My favorite type of sandwiches are like chop sandwiches. Like you put all the ingredients together and you chop it, chop, and then you put it in the sandwich.
That was just making a sandwich for himself, and the people say, you know what? Give me one of those. I want that instead of a hot dog. And the Philly cheesesteak sandwich was born.
You want to start with a good quality
bread. You're chopped, bro.
Whether you like it with sesame seeds or not. Make sure it's a nice, crunchy, crispy bread. Then you want to lay down some mayo, cook up some shaved ribeyes with caramelized onions. As to bring it all together, you gotta use some Swiss cheese. Let that melt right on top. Now place your bread over it, flip the whole thing up. You're left with American classic Philly cheesesteak. You can always wrap it up in paper to make it even more official. But I can tell you one thing. If you've ever been to Philadelphia, you know how good this is.
I've never been to Philadelphia, but I know how good it is.
You know, this is one of my favorite sandwiches. A lot of moisture.
Wait, where's guga?
Very saucy, even though it's not really that much sauce. I'm pretty sure it's just cheese and mayo. But man.
What is he off camera eating his food?
And this is so good.
And classic Philly cheese with caramelized onions, the creaminess of the mayo, and that seasoned beef. It's a great combo. You can't go wrong.
It really is. This is one of like the very creative ways to use caramelized
is that guy
in dishes. Like you would think that this will go good any other way, like on a regular platter, but on a sandwich, the meat with the caramelized onions goes really well.
Perfect. Plus the cheese kind of keeps it all together.
I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. I don't care about anything you say.
I gotta agree, a steak sandwich just hits different. This one is going on A tier. Now we're going all the way to Mexico. We all know Mexico is known for their tacos, but they also love their sandwiches. Now, even though there is a tremendous amount of sandwiches in Mexico, the number one is torta ahogada.
As you know, a bread is very important in a sandwich, and I got my hands on some authentic birrote bread. Now you want to open that up, spread some refried beans in both sides, add a delicious amount of carnita.
This is a sandwich? So far, it's crazy.
Rye in the middle, followed by some avocado, cover it with the top.
Oh my god.
Put it down on a serving plate, followed by a tomato spicy
What the with tomato on top of the sandwich?
To finish it off, some cotija cheese goes right on top, a little bit of onions and cilantro. And that is torta.
This is so strange.
Ahogada. If you love your
How do you
sandwich
eat this? This is so messy.
Juicy, this is the one you must try.
Oh, it's a little spicy.
Oh. It's very wet. I like it though.
The only thing I do not like about this is the bread is too soggy. I don't like that soggy bread.
You know, even though it is
the bread is too soggy. The bread is too soggy. Shut up.
That is a very flavorful sauce. Because the bread is so dense, that
the sauce
really
looks really
seeps
good.
into it, soaks into the bread. So when you take a bite of that bread, you get that really nice, spicy, savory flavor in every bite. To be honest, I can't even taste the meat in this. Not at all.
The meat. Oh my god, I just know the meat is so good.
It's straight sauce.
I think the best part is the sauce. It keeps everything moist. It gives it a really good flavor. It is
it's
tiny
so fresh
bit spicy,
looking, yeah.
I'm a fan actually. This might be one of my better ones for this video.
With that being said, I think we should wash our hands and move on to the next one.
Yep.
I understand it's a little soggy and that makes sense.
What do you mean clip that? Don't clip that. Wait, me talk about meat. Don't clip it.
So we will go on C tier. But now we're going to Turkey. If you ever had Turkish food, you know how good it is, everybody. It is a meat paradise. Even though this snack sandwich is a popular snack in many countries.
Dude, why do vegans and vegetarians exist, dude? Like, meat is just so fucking good, dude. Back it up. Put the fries in the bag. Just eat the meat.
He does it big because their donors are way bigger than me, even though I'm a big guy. You know what I'm saying? But with all that being said, here's an incredible sandwich doner.
You want to start with a flat bread. Lavage is fantastic for it. Now add a generous amount of doner meat.
Yeah,
Make sure to be
Twitter's gonna have a field day with this one.
generous with it. Now you add some yogurt sauce, followed by some veggies if that's your
Oh my god, I just know this tastes so good already.
thing. Add some hot sauce to make it spicy. Roll the whole thing up, and you are left with a wonderful sandwich that will please everyone.
Oh, the sauce.
Believe me when I tell you, friends, there
Looks
are many different
mid.
variations of the doner sandwich. This one is phenomenal. At least that's what I think.
This one's good.
Oh wow, very flavorful.
I love this zesty sauce that's there. It adds like a nice dynamic, that very savory, very beefy. Man, this meat is like very juicy, extremely rich, but even through those strong flavors, I can still taste that nice, I guess, like yogurt sauce or something. It brings in a nice amount of tartness that kind of balances out the flavors really well.
What I love about it
Bro
is
knows a lot about zesty sauce.
how seasoned the meat is. It's nice and seasoned, it's fatty.
Yeah, he does.
It's nice, man. This is good.
I'm so sorry. Even though the bread's a little soft for me, the vegetables really give that crunch.
Yeah.
So like, that texture's great. Like well, you guys said it. You guys said it already. It's well seasoned, a little spicy.
Bro, we get it.
delicious Turkish burrito.
You want us to do the talking so that you can do the eating.
Correct. That's why I'm done.
Well, this is good, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's up next.
Dude, he cleaned the plate. Holy crap.
Doner is amazing. I love it so much, but I have to be fair to everyone else. I'll put it on B tier, but damn, I think it deserves S. As now we're heading all the way to Asia. To be specific, Vietnam. Now this country is full of wonderful dishes, including one of my favorite things to eat, which is pho. It is amazing,
Pho?
but
What
there's
the
one thing that stems above them all, and that would be the banh mi sandwich.
What
Funnily
is
enough,
that?
they took the baguette, which is the bread from the French.
A
And their
baguette?
baguette is amazing. It's all about that bread.
They use
the
a
toppings are
baguette?
nice as well. But if you get a good banh mi with a good bread, the doors of heaven will open up.
There are many variations of this sandwich. Most of them change up the type of meat, but there's one thing that is not changed ever, and that would be this, the
That looks
bread. It is a French
interesting.
baguette that is light and crispy.
What?
Now there's one thing that you must have, and that would be pate. So after spreading it around,
Pate?
I like to add my meat. For this variation, I'm using head cheese, pork roe, and roasted pork. Then I added cucumbers, pickled radish and carrots, a few slices of jalapeno,
I don't know about
and
this
finished
one,
it off
Chief.
with cilantro. Now in Vietnam, they use many different meats, but this
I
one
don't
is
know.
my favorite. It's just a delicious bite.
I mean, it looks good, but like
Pretty good.
Yeah.
No, I think
It
my
looks-
favorite thing so
it's-
far is that
it's-
bread.
it's too
so
much
flaky
meat.
and crunchy-ish.
having too much of it is like too much.
Cucumbers and the carrots,
Too
it brings
much.
the
Too-
texture,
too
the
many
crunch.
layers
Yeah,
I
of
like
meat.
that. I also like the hint of sweet.
You know, all in all, there's a lot to like about this sandwich. I love the flavors that it has. I love the crunch of the bread, the juiciness of the vegetables. It's just a very satisfying sandwich to eat, and I really like the meatiness that it has. It almost gives
Bread
me kind of like a
carries
char
here.
siu type of flavor. It's very, very unique. I've never had anything like this. And there's like a light herbalness that I guess comes out of the sandwich, which is weird to say from a sandwich.
It also has jalapeno.
Oof,
Yeah, I caught one right now.
that's hidden.
Has all flavors, sweet, spicy. It's good though. It's good.
Sebastian's dying over here, so let's move on to the next sandwich.
I have to agree, everybody. This one just hits different, and with so many different variations, I have no choice but to put it in A tier. Now we're going to South
I wonder what
America
the S
to
tier is gonna
Uruguay.
be.
Created in the 1940s in Punta del Este, it is considered an Uruguay
Punta del
national
Este.
dish. The one and only chivito.
If you take a look at this
That's a
sandwich,
burger.
you might think it's a burger.
Holy shit, with the egg yolk? What am I looking
But
at?
believe me when I tell you, it's quite different from it.
That's
and
a
here's the
burger.
reason why. Of course, like every sandwich,
That
you
looks
first
like
start with
jerky,
the bread.
yeah.
This one is like a burger bun, but very soft. And instead of adding a burger patty, we go with skirt steaks.
What? A whole ass steak burger.
Followed by sweet ham, a generous amount of crispy
Oh, okay. Let's have our steaks and then put some sandwich cut ham on it. Yeah. Oh, and then bacon. Yeah.
bacon, and as vegetables, a few tomatoes, lettuce, a fried egg with runny yolk, and to finish the whole thing off, you melt some
What the fuck? Dude, this is insane. The only things, me personally, what I would take off of this would probably be the bacon.
provolone cheese on the bread and add that to this wonderful sandwich. Now, what do you think? Would you call this a sandwich or a burger? For me, it's definitely
Oh,
a sandwich.
fuck. The yolk.
Got the meat medium rare, perfect.
It is very nice. It's juicy, well cooked.
The
For me, what I
yolk,
think of when I bite into the
dude.
sandwich, it just has a really nice texture. Soft bread, a little bit of bite from the
I
lettuce,
lost.
juice from the
Me too.
tomatoes. There is a lot to dive through, but it tastes really good.
I think the thing that's good about this sandwich right now is like,
What
there's
is he
so
doing with the meat, bro? Dude, he's gotta be autistic or something. The way he like looks at stuff and takes apart the food, bro.
I think the thing that's good about
What?
this sandwich right now is
What
like,
is he
there's so much
doing?
going on that, you know, usually you add bacon to the sandwich, it's dominating
Real
a lot
recognize real. That's what it is. It really is.
of the flavor. Here, it's kind of like taking a back seat. It's kind of just blending in.
Even though Angel can't feel the freshness from the tomato and the lettuce.
Even
it
the
goes-
way, look at how he's biting into
Even
it.
though
What is he doing? Is he making out with
Angel
it?
can't feel the freshness from the tomato and the lettuce. It goes very well with the meatiness of the sandwich.
I think it's better without the salad, but I mean, that's me.
Let's see what sandwich is up next.
I mean, yeah, come on. You have all of the wonderful meats. I have to agree. It will go on A tier. Very, very high A tier. Now we're moving on to Portugal. I was recently there and I found one of the most incredible sauces ever. It's called piri piri sauce.
That's a huge bottle.
Piri sauce.
Piri
That thing
piri.
is so good that I made an entire video about it. And this thing is also considered
I'm sorry. Nah, this is where I stop. I'm not eating that. That's an abomination, dude.
a national dish. The whole story about it is that a chef wanted to make his own version of the croque madame, which is a French sandwich. And it is now one of the most popular things to eat in Portugal.
Like, that's
The one
giving
and
me
only
diabetes.
francesinha.
This sandwich can be done in different ways, and everyone has their take on it. But when I
Yeah,
was in
dude.
Portugal,
That's like heart clog central.
this one was my favorite spot. It's just a monstrosity, and I really enjoyed eating it. Now here's how to make the sandwich. You first want to make a tomato cream with beer sauce.
Oh, I just know that's so good though.
Once that's done, you toast up some bread, add some ham on top, followed by chorizo, another slice of bread, add some
My guts are already bubbling looking at this though.
mozzarella cheese, a few steaks, another slice of
The
cheese.
steaks though. Oh.
Bread goes right on top. Melt a generous amount of cheese on the oven, just like this. And after adding that to the sauce, you want to throw in a fried egg right on top. Now this is francesinha.
Yeah, I'd have heart
a
palpitations
fantastic
after one
sandwich
bite,
that
yeah.
If you've never tried it before, you definitely should. It is delicious.
It looks good, but like I'd only take one bite.
There's a lot
Just
going on
one
here.
bite
It has
only.
a sausage, it has skirt steak, some ham in there.
I had this once.
I
thought would never
cannot
have it
finish
again,
all
because
that.
honestly, it is a lot. I'm glad I got to have it again.
The thing is, it's so many things going on in this sandwich, but it's really good.
Portugal, you know what you're doing. This is delicious. But let's try the next one.
I'm telling you guys, I mean, I'm speechless because I know how good it is. It will go on S tier. Oh, yes.
You're fucking kidding me. The most big backiest fucking sandwich. You put it on S tier, covered in cheese and sauce and everything, dude.
Going to Greece. This might be the most popular dish out of Greece
Oh.
because you can find it everywhere.
What's
and it is a
that?
sandwich with different variation of Turkish. As far as I know, the biggest difference is always
Looks
the
like a
seasoning.
gyro.
But they have several different types of gyro. And this one is a pork gyro.
Made with good quality
Wait, is it a fucking gyro or is it a euro? What?
ingredients. This one is always best eating it fresh.
I'm not gonna lie, this looks like how my poop look when it comes out of me and it clogs the toilet. Two solid turds.
You want to start with a pita bread, add some veggies including lettuce, tomatoes, red onions, followed
But I'd eat it. I'd eat that shit. I'll f it up.
by the grilled pork skewers.
Oh, that's so good.
Finish it off with a generous amount of olive oil, and there we have it. Grilled pork Edos. Easy to make, and when it's done right, it's in a whole
Ooh.
nother level.
I like the white sauce on it though. I like that white sauce. Is it garlic sauce? I don't know what it is. It's like really creamy.
I'm doing a lot of chewing here.
It's very dry.
I'm agreeing with Sebastian there. Although the meat is very juicy and tender, it's like missing a sauce. You know, you
Yeah, the white sauce. That's what I'm saying. You need the white sauce.
do get some juice from the tomatoes and the vegetables, which Angel doesn't have, but it does need some type of sauce, some type of mayo, something extra. This bread is like fluffy and thick, but it gives you a dry mouthfeel.
I agree that the bread does give
Google this up. He didn't put the sauce.
That dry mouthfeel. But since I took out all the vegetables and the meat's pretty juicy, I'm having a great time.
I'm sorry, Angel, but you cannot describe when you take off 95% of the gyro.
Looks like Angel has a salad on
Just
his plate
eat
right
the
now.
meat at that
It's not a
point.
bad sandwich. I just think it could be a better sandwich with more things added to it.
Wow, I'm very surprised about that. I thought they were gonna love it, but gyro
Yeah, because you fucked it up, guga.
is always good to me, so I'm gonna put it on C tier. Now, Japan. I mean, what can I
Yeah,
say?
the tzatziki makes the sandwich. It does, dude. Honestly, I wish I could, like, whenever I get it, I want to request, like, extra of it, dude.
You already know, everybody. Japan
It's so
is
good.
known for its food. From sushi to Japanese Wagyu A5, you can have an experience there just with food alone. But there's one sandwich that beats them
Extra
all,
Zaza.
especially if you ever been to a 7-Eleven.
Extra ziki.
It's called the Tamago Sando, aka 7-Eleven egg sandwich.
The
This one might
7-Eleven
be the
egg
easiest
sandwich.
one of them all, as you want to start with some
I'm actually curious, how do you make this? Because I actually want to make this at home.
milk bread, followed by that wonderful egg mixture, which is literally boiled eggs
Oh,
and
he
Kewpie
doesn't show
mayo.
us.
Make sure you're generous with it. And if you want to take it to another level, double stack it with even more. Because as you already know, if you've ever been to Japan,
looks so
you know
good.
how iconic this is. And it's pretty delicious too.
I made the fruit sandwiches before with the cream and the strawberries inside. Really, really good. I loved it.
Super creamy egg.
Zero resistance. Zero.
I think it's fantastic, especially for what it is. It's a simple egg sandwich. You
egg
make the filling, you
sandwiches
put some
are
bread in it. You
fire.
can eat that hot, you can eat that cold, you can eat
But
that
then it
all
tastes
day
like
time.
scrambled egg. It tastes like hard-boiled egg.
It's delicious.
What?
Yeah,
The
like, you know, there's like a feeling and a difference in taste when you hard-boil the egg versus when you just straight up scramble it.
Egg is egg, bro. It's,
is
good, it's
egg.
What?
good every
You're
way.
capping if you think that it doesn't taste different. Hard-boiled versus scrambled.
Well, whatever Angel says, I think it's time
I kind of understand what he means. Yeah, that's a little true.
to move on to the next dish.
Tastes like a hard-boiled egg, bro.
We'll leave that to the comment section.
Look, I
I
understand.
I think the best thing they use to make egg sandwiches anyways is hard-boiled eggs.
And it's fair, but for me, that's a really high S tier because it reminds me of Japan. But based on everyone, we must be fair, A tier. Now, this one, we're going to Cuba, but not really because we have to swave it to Miami. Now, here's the deal, the Cubano sandwich. Most people think that it's from Cuba, but it's really not. It's from here, Miami. This is an iconic sandwich that took the world by storm. Everyone have their own take on it, and each one is kind of different. But the one thing that they all have in common, it always turns out awesome.
What you really need for this sandwich is good quality ingredients. Get yourself some
I never
Cuban
really
rolls,
liked
open it up
these.
and
I don't
spread
think
some
I
yellow
like this
mustard,
one.
add some Swiss cheese and ham, followed by some roasted pork and pickles.
Wait,
Close
this
the
is different than the ones I've had.
pork and pickles. Close the whole thing up nice
Okay,
and tight.
I might-
And the
I
next
li-
step is
I might
what
like
really
this
makes
one.
it. You want to get a grill press? Spread a generous amount of butter. Lay your sandwich right on top. Spread even more butter on the top bun.
Oh
Close
my
the whole thing
God.
up and press. In the end, you should have a nice gooey cheese. As you want to go ahead and split it
Okay,
just
this
like
looks
this,
banger.
and you are left with the Cubano sandwich.
This looks banger.
This is iconic here in Miami and something you should definitely have.
I love the flattened pressed bread. It has like a nice char on the exterior. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Swiss.
I like the flat and pressed bread. The flat pressed bread is the best part. It's got a charred, it's got a seared bite to it. It's like, shut up.
cheese, so that's like the one thing I don't like about this sandwich.
I mean, it's a simple sandwich, but it goes pretty long. Like, it's tasty. The pork in here, I would even say it has like a savoriness to it that I think it pops out more than everything else. But it's super good. I like the ham. There's nothing wrong with this. Just pickle.
What I will say is I'm a big fan of this Cuban pulled pork. It's not like American style, drenched in sauce. You just appreciate the nice porky flavor, and it's shredded. It adds a little bit of
Sounds so
fluffiness
good,
to the
though.
sandwich too. I like my
Yeah.
Cuban roots, and I like this Cuban sandwich. I don't know what to say. Sebastian, you like it?
Yes, I do like the cubano. It's just when you have something every day, I'm accustomed to it. I don't know what else to say. I'm not like surprised by it.
All right, let's see what's up next.
A Cubano sandwich is fantastic, and I'm putting it on B tier. Now we're heading to Messi's home country, Argentina. Known for meat, soccer, and amazing food, this sandwich is easy to make.
Whoa.
When done right, you can't be
Whoa,
beat.
it's like
It
a
is
hot
called
dog.
choripan.
After grilling up your sausage, go ahead and split them open just
Shorty
like
wanna
this.
what?
And if they're not
Shorty
juicy,
wanna
you're
potty.
not doing it right. Get yourself a
Shorty
French
upon
baguette,
me.
open that in half, spread some chimichurri on the bread, lay that grilled sausage right in the middle, and you are left
That's
with
so
this.
interesting.
An easy-to-make
What?
sandwich that is just a crowd
It looks kind of like collard greens mixed with stuff.
pleaser. And if you love sausages, you are really gonna enjoy this one.
Wow, so juicy.
A burst of flavor.
The chimichurri in here is a lot stronger than I
Yeah,
was
collards
expecting.
are
I don't mind
fire.
it. It
Yeah.
goes really well with the chorizo in there. It's really nice.
I'm not bothered by the chimichurri at all. It tastes amazing. This is really good. It's a basic sandwich. It's simple, but it's great.
And as you guys can tell,
It
this
looks
is some
good.
tough, crispy bread.
Yeah, definitely crispy.
This was delicious, but I'm excited to see what's next.
Now, choripan, I'm putting it on C tier. And now, where one of the most iconic car brands have been born, Ferrari, which we're going all the way to Italy. Now, this country has many different kinds of foods,
Oh
as you
my
already know.
God.
So with that being
Oh my
said, it was
God.
only fair that I went to the country to learn more about sandwiches. And believe me when I tell you, they have quite a few of them, but one stands
Whoa.
above them all. That would be the porchetta sandwich.
Now, before we jump
Porchetta.
to the making of the porchetta sandwich, I must mention this. It is the Paradiso from Antico Vinayo. I
Why
had
they
it
got the
straight
beef flaps hanging out, dude? Why they got the lips hanging out? Is that pistachio?
in Italy, and it was incredible. However, a porchetta sandwich done right, you don't need that many ingredients. This one that I had
should
in
call her.
Rome was amazing, and it was just bread and meat.
It looks just like bread and meat.
Nothing else. However, there was something slightly wrong with this one,
What?
which I came to find out later on in Antico Vinayo. They have a porchetta sandwich there, and the way they slice the porchetta is super thin, which makes it a much better bite. So after having that, here's one of
Porchetta?
my favorite Italian sandwiches.
Wait,
Get yourself a nice,
wait.
large, crusty Italian bread. Open that up right in the middle, and just like they did it to me in Italy, you don't want to put anything else. No mayo, ketchup, sauce. Just make sure to lay down a generous amount of porchetta
Okay, that's prosciutto. He just called it porchetta. It's prosciutto.
in the middle. As in the end, you will have this porchetta sandwich, just like they do it in Italy, and it just
Porchetta.
hits
It's
different.
porchetta.
Believe me when I tell you.
I love porchetta.
Ooh, man.
The meat's fantastic. Even though it's a big sandwich, I'm not a fan of how big the bread is. There's too much bread for me.
This is a big bun, but I still think this works. I mean, you have a lot of meat, so it's okay to have that bun because
is a
I mean,
lot
you
of
gotta
meat.
chew through it no matter what. What do you think, Fe?
This is ridiculously fatty. The fat flavor is attacking my tongue in here. It's
Porchetta.
a lot. It's very overwhelming. Normally, I feel like the bread should combat that and kind of cool it off. It doesn't really do it. I'm assuming because it's like a toasty bread, but yeah, that's how I feel about that one.
I would have to agree with him as well because, like, I wish there was like a sauce that like
It's
an acidic
spaghetti.
sauce to counterbalance that fattiness. What do you? Well, you liked it.
I'm cool. I'm cool. You can leave this just like this for me. I like this.
I think we should move on to the next
You don't want to
one.
eat more?
You can finish
I'll
that.
eat this, but
Perfect. That's all you.
I
How do
understand
they eat so much food in one sitting?
where everyone is coming from because they don't use any sauces, as you already know. But we must keep it traditional and put nothing. This one will go on C tier. As now we're moving on to France.
If I was doing these, I would be like, yeah, I gotta take some home.
This sandwich was originated in France around 1910s. It is called croque madame.
Think of
Wait, this takes multiple days of filming, actually.
this sandwich as an upgraded ham and cheese because it starts off that way with just ham and cheese and another slice of bread. Then you want to spread bechamel sauce on top, followed by a generous
Bechamel
amount of
sauce?
cheese. Stick that in the oven, let the whole thing melt. And as that's happening, you want to go ahead and fry an egg.
Oh, the little egg
Get those
pan.
edges nice and crispy.
like the
as once
little egg
cheese is fully
pan.
melted, the egg goes right on top. As this is a delicious French sandwich. Believe me when I tell you,
That's a
it is
perfect
hard
little
to
egg
resist.
pan. Man, that
Bro,
sandwich
the
looks
solid egg
fire though
sandwich.
with
It's
the
not
oh my god, with the egg on top.
Egg sandwich, bro. It's an egg on a sandwich.
What can I say? I mean, really good. I really like how it's like not too messy. You
But the yolk, dude, if you make an egg, you always need the runny yolk. Dude, I literally would lick yolk off of the plate. Like, I'm crazy about yolk.
can actually pick this one up and eat it.
To me, it's just a regular sandwich with an egg on top. I'm not gonna say too much about it. It's good. It doesn't surprise me in any way. The one thing I could say is like the top layer is creamy with that Vegemel sauce.
Yup.
But other than that, it's a regular sandwich.
It feels like a very fancy grilled cheese with egg on top.
It's a fancy ham and cheese sandwich. Well, croquet madame, something simple, but I think it's pretty tasty.
That looks so good.
Let's try out the next one.
I understand where everybody's coming from. It's like a fancy ham and cheese, so I'm putting it on D tier. Now we're moving to the biggest country in South America, where I was born, Brazil. Let me say that properly, Brazil. But with that being said, there's one sandwich
makes
that is
sense.
just absolutely ridiculous. And I don't understand why it's not so popular everywhere else in the world. Maybe no one has seen it and it doesn't get enough recognition, because
What?
this is x-tudo.
It starts with a regular
Whoa,
hamburger
whoa.
bun. Now lay down some mayo, followed by tomato, lettuce,
So it's a
ham,
burger.
a generous amount of
It's a
steak,
burger.
followed by chicken, a couple of slices of cheese. Melt that up real good. Now add 2 hot dogs. A fried egg goes right
Nah, dude, remove the hot dogs. You ruined it with the hot dogs.
on top, and finish it off with the top bun. Now this is a proper x-tudo.
Why the chunky meat though, dude?
It is iconic in Brazil, and we all love it.
The chunky meats.
It's fresh with all the tomatoes and lettuce.
If I close
It
my
looks like it would
eyes
just
and keep
fall
chewing,
off
it's almost
and
like I'm
fall
actually in
apart.
Motherland. My favorite part of this sandwich is just the sheer amount of protein in it. You're not missing anything here. You got the beef in here, you got the chicken, it's delicious. The cheese is perfect. It's not too melted the way it's supposed to be, and the egg is perfectly cooked.
And with all that protein, there's also the
I
egg yolk
like
just
it
covering
just
all
like
that protein together to make
the
it all like
hot
yolky
dog.
and creamy.
I don't
If I had
know.
to say, this is at least top 3 for me so far.
It lives up to its name, right? The x-tudo, it's got everything you need.
Gotta be honest with you. Come
It's
on.
gonna be
it
an
has
S.
everything you want on a sandwich and more, and you can take it home and have the same meal next day for one price. Come on. We have to put it in S tier. Everyone loved it. I'm not being
Wow.
biased, even though I'm Brazilian. Let me know in the comments down below.
That's biased.